Welcome back to Mining the Comments. My name is Christian, and today we'll discuss how hyperarousal can affect the bladder. I've seen several questions very similar to this post on the comments section, so I thought we could tackle that today. This question comes from Rebecca. It says, just starting this journey after 2+ years of horrible insomnia. It's hard to fall asleep and to stay asleep. I'm really discouraged. My bladder gave me difficulties the same time my insomnia emerged. Has anyone else had this problem? And did it get better as they came to practice acceptance? So, first of all, Rebecca, I want to let you know that this is incredibly common. As a matter of fact, I struggled with this myself. So, there's nothing bizarre, strange, rare, uncommon that you're experiencing. What I would say is that when the nervous system is on guard, the bladder gets the same signal the heart, the stomach, and the muscles get. It's to be alert. The alertness can create an urge to go, even when there's not much there. It felt very real every time I went, but it was not a bladder problem. It was my system stuck in this mode of danger. And so I remember right before going to bed feeling the need to go to the bathroom, even if I went like 5-10 minutes ago, just to make sure that everything was just, ready for the night. I didn't want any disruptions. I didn't want anything to really get in the way. And so notice how your body is responding because it is hyper aroused. It is tracking and monitoring the environment. So what it's trying to do is prepare itself for, again, this position of be alert, worst case scenario, perceiving danger, perceiving a threat, perceiving something that it has to be on guard for. You'll also notice things like heart palpitations or issues with the stomach. People tend to start eating less, and any of these symptoms, if you put them all together, are basically a response to this fight or flight that we're experiencing right now. I remember in my case that I would generally get up to go to use the bathroom 3 to 5 times a night on a fairly regular basis. And really, there wasn't much I needed to do except to understand that my body was going through this alert state, and how I respond to it could help soften that state of alertness. And so it's different for me to get up and go use the restroom if I needed to, and to think, oh no, why is this happening? Why am I doing this? Right? It creates more pressure. We become more tense about the whole experience. We actually start anticipating if we're going to wake up again, and so on and so forth, right? And the whole thing becomes more rigid, more difficult. But when I realized that this is just the body on high alert, there's nothing we need to worry about, nothing we need to do, this level of acceptance, what ended up happening is because I started to soften my response, my body started to soften as well. It didn't need to be on high alert. It didn't matter how many times I got up or went to the restroom because it didn't mean anything anymore. It was just my body responding because it sensed danger. When I started responding softer, realized there was no danger, there was no threat, there was nothing to prepare me for. And so as my acceptance, like you mentioned in your question, as you started accepting that there was nothing to do, nothing to fix, just the brain right now is a bit misguided, and it keeps setting off this alarm to be on alert. The response, this level of acceptance, this softness, really allows things to calm things down. And I notice with time that none of these things generally that I've experienced or have talked to other people about tends to happen and soften right away, but it does soften with time. And so I've noticed that came down to a level where it really wasn't affecting me at all. And it's very rare, as a matter of fact, that I even get up to go to the bathroom now. But also think about the heart. Same thing. I dealt with very intense heart palpitations. And when I recognized that this was the body moving energy, it still felt like it was on alert. It was tracking, it was monitoring my environment. It was ready to go. How I responded to it was, oh, this is just the way my body's moving energy. I don't need to do anything. How does it feel? It doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel pleasant, but it's not dangerous. And so as I softened that response, the heart palpitations went away as well. The stomach issues, the upset stomach, the struggle eating, same thing. Once I realized I was on high alert, hyper aroused, in the state of being prepared, I didn't need to do anything about it. What happened? All the symptoms went away. I started going back to eating, really didn't have any other problems. Also, you'll notice sometimes with muscles being rigid, being tight, being tense, aching muscles, whatever the symptoms are, if you collectively put them all together and recognize that so much of this is based on ourselves believing or perceiving that we're in danger, that we're in threat, when it's really all perceived, there's nothing that we need to do. The response is, we're okay, we're safe. This is uncomfortable, it's unpleasant for now, but it's just misguided. The brain is just misunderstanding information. And once we react to it with gentleness, kindness, softness, patience, the symptoms fade. So, Rebecca, I certainly feel for you, because I know this can be a difficult time, but I hope this video reaches you and you're able to get some comfort and support and understanding that you're not going through anything dangerous or scary, that you have to do something or fix something. And I think even in the question you said, if we start getting to this level of acceptance, do things soften? And so I would say certainly they will soften with time. So that is all for today. I hope this video was helpful for you, Rebecca, and anybody else that's watching. And if you have any further questions, feel free to post below, and I'll do my best to respond as quickly as I can. Until then, take care of yourselves, be kind, be patient. We'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and I hope you found a ton of value in the video that you just watched. But if you've been tuning in for a while and things are still not clicking for you, then there's something very specific that I think can help you. And by not clicking, I mean, for example, if you're understanding things intellectually, but they haven't sunk in on a deeper emotional level, or you're not anxious at night, you're not worried, but sleep just isn't arriving, or you're following our way to a T, but you're still not finding any relief. These are examples of when things are just not clicking. And when this is the case, what really helps is discourse, discussion, having a back and forth with somebody who understands you. Asking a question, getting a reply that makes sense, asking a follow-up question, getting a reply that makes sense, asking a follow-up question to that, etc. This really leads to a place where things gel, things sink in, things click for you. And that leads to where you want to be, a place of peace of mind and peaceful sleep for the rest of your life. And who better have discourse with than somebody who not only understands our framework, but who has left the struggle themselves, who has found things click for themselves, like our coaches. And you can have this discourse within our Insomnia Immunity program, or within BedTyme, or in a one-on-one call. If you want to explore any of these options, check out either of them on the sleepcoachschool.com. And if you decide to join, we look forward to seeing you on the other side.